Welcome back, realvacantland.com. This is Luke Smith. I've got another property for you. This one is in Puerto Rico. This is just a generic picture of Puerto Rico, but it's green. It's got lots of flowers. It's got some great tax advantages. I don't know if you've been watching, but the last 5, 10, maybe 15 years, they've really increased the tax advantages to moving to Puerto Rico. If you stay in Puerto Rico more than 6 months, how they count the days, right? Of the year, basically more than half time of the year in Puerto Rico, you can start changing your residency to Puerto Rico and claiming that you don't have to pay federal income tax in the U.S. So if you're an American, go research this before you just take my tax advice. But if you give up your citizenship in the U.S. or if you travel around the world to go live somewhere else, work somewhere else, you're still due to pay taxes anywhere that you generate anywhere in the world back to the U.S. To my knowledge, the U.S. is the only country in the world that does that. Other countries, like my wife's Swedish, right? So if you go make money in the U.S., for example, you don't owe money back to Sweden. You owe money in the U.S. But if you're American, you go make money in Sweden, you owe money back to the U.S., depending on how much you made. There's tax treaties and stuff, so you don't have to pay double, but so if you go to a tax haven kind of jurisdiction in the world and you make money, you're still supposed to pay income tax back to the U.S., which can be a drag. So a lot of people that make a lot of money think about giving up their U.S. citizenship. And if you do that, it takes 10 years for that citizenship to drop off to sunset tax-wise. You have to pay taxes for 10 years after you give up your U.S. citizenship to get out of that slavery or whatever you want to call it. So Puerto Rico is a loophole in that, where you could go to Puerto Rico and they are American, but they don't have representation. So they say, no taxation without representation, right? And so they don't have a congressman, they don't have Congress people in Congress talking for them. And so Puerto Rico kind of gets left off to the side when lots of things happen because there's no one there pulling weight trying to get, money to go their way. So they have set up tax loopholes. So if you live there more than half time, you make money in the U.S. If you make money off the island, if you make money on the island, you got to pay island taxes. But if you make money off the island, like you're a money manager or a financial guru, or you're working virtually in multiple different ways. There's lots of ways of doing it in today's markets. Then you can say you're Puerto Rican, you don't have to pay the federal income tax. So a lot of hedge fund manager, money manager type people have been moving from New York places, high tax places, to Puerto Rico or low tax places. Like Peter Schiff moved his whole shop down there. I'm not sure if he's still there or not, but that was a big gold guru guy. In the past, and there's lots of others that have and probably will over time because it's a beautiful climate and flights are cheap and easy right now. Go check it out. Here's the property. Let's jump into it. And so we're on realvacantland.com. This property is owned by Michael Buddy. His phone number is up here, 970-946-2841, and he's got this property. This property is a vacant piece of land. He's asking $53,675 cash discount, or he'll do payment plan. The payment plan, and he's asking for $4,975 down and $1,585 a month for 36 months. And he'll do it with no credit checks. He'll do a 20% discount if you pay via cryptocurrency. So you have to talk to him about that. And so let's look at more of this property. We got some pictures. We'll pull up the pictures. It's a lot. It's a green lot with a street, utilities in the front, and houses on either side. It's in a little cul-de-sac, and there's houses up and down the street. So let's jump out of here. Let's pull up the maps. I made a video about this in the past, and it didn't load. I don't understand what's wrong with that video, so this is a new one. Michael's got a video about this one. There's GPS coordinates. So this GPS, if you're on the island and you click on that, it'll give you driving directions to it. If you're in the U.S. and you click on it, it'll tell you to get a flight. So let me click on it. That's in your phone, but I'm doing it in the computer. And so we can see this property. So here's the property. You can see that this, we don't have the GPS coordinates of the layout mapped out, but this is the property. And so we've got, you can see there's a fence around the property, and that's basically where the property line is. I'm not sure that there's street view here. There might be. There's no street view here. But you can see that there's neighboring houses around in this neighborhood. And if we zoom out some more, I'll show you what part of Puerto Rico we're on. So we're up, here's an observatory. You can see this is a valley surrounded by some mountains, and I'm going to butcher the names of these. Arequibo. Yeah, so here's San Juan over here. This is the one that I know the most. There's San Juan. I haven't spent that much time on the island, just in San Juan. And then if you go west to Rico and then down a little bit on the 129 is where this property is. So that's where this one's at. And I'll show you where Puerto Rico is if you're scratching your head. So here's Puerto Rico. Here's Dominican Republic. I've been to Dominican. I've always wanted to visit these islands here. I've been to Jamaica. I've been to Walker's Cay or whatever, fishing trips. I've been to all these Central American countries. I've always wanted to go to Cuba. I've always wanted to go to the Bahamas. I was just 2 weeks ago. I was down here in Isla Morada doing some fishing. But I would like to spend some more time in this part of the world. This is a beautiful part of the world. You get a beautiful climate. You've got weather coming in from the Caribbean on this side, but mainly the wind is coming from the Atlantic and coming in this way. And it's just like a really peaceful, island idyllic climate year round. So please feel free to go check out this property, see if this is the right one for you. And again, this is Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com, saying thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.